go up with them, but you go in the first opening, let him bowl on the bit first opening. Okay, all right. Right there. Keep it fresh. I'm Shameless Justin Snaith. Fortunately, I use my second name. I am very fortunate in being the trainer of 8 on 18 in this year's Hollywoodbets Durban July. And I wouldn't be doing anything else if you gave me the choice. For me, the 3-year-olds have won everything up to this point. And now this is the last task. For me, they won the Llama on King's Plate. They won the Met. I think the 3-year-old colts are very, very strong. And we're going with that in this race, and let's see if I'm right or wrong. When I ride him on the beach, he's my ride because he's probably supposed to be the nicest ride that you can get. But you can never forget what he is, and that is he's like an alpha male. You must never forget that if he wants to do something, it's 520 kilos of power. And you've got to be very careful. So he's certainly turning into a man. He's on his back legs a little bit more, which is what you want, you know, his well-being. So he knows his strength. So I need to just manage that. He's at a point in his age where he's a teenager and he needs to just chill a bit, which is all management. And I've been down this road many a times before. So I'm putting my foot down a little bit with certain situations that I feel need to improve. Pace work yesterday with actually a companion because he's just so unconscious on his own. So I actually had to put him with another horse. That's why he only ever does enough. He never does more than he needs to. Save yourself for another day, another fight. Please, don't spoil him. Yeah. One thing I don't like is a spoiled horse. You can love your horse, but don't spoil him too much. And at the moment, everyone's spoiling him. And he's so far to go in his career, we're not at that point. We once had a rugby player at Springboks, played fullback. Andre Jabeur. 100 kilos, can run like a wing, can kick like a flower, and sidestep like an inside centre. Andre Jabeur, class. It's getting to that point where every little thing counts. Everyone seems to think that, 10 days out, the gallop, and then it's all easy. It gets way worse. It's very hard. You know, you'll get a horse so well and then get to the races and you think you've done your job. It gets closer and then he rushes into the starting stalls and you scratch at the start. I don't need to mention names of horses that it's happened to. So it pretty much isn't done till they cross the line. And between now and then, all those moments count, ensuring that the little hiccups don't arise, and if they do, that you manage it in a correct manner. We're in such a good position that you've got to maintain that, because the minute you think you're in that good position is when something happens. It's not like I said it earlier, being an athlete primed is when things go wrong. You can pick up flu, you can pick up any little thing. So the whole thing is just over the years of being in the situations, ensuring that we just do what we've learned, and so far so good, but a long way to go. I think the guys know what they want to do. I think we've already set out our game plan, and I don't think anything's going to change. The conditions are what they're going to be. For me, it's very basic, these horses. There's a way that they like to race, and I don't think anything needs to change on that. She's the most beautiful horse. She's bred in the purple, so it's going to be an extreme asset going forward for Drakenstein. The good news is when she got beaten the Scottsville 1200, which I knew When I drew one on the day, I just knew. It's just the kiss of death. That track, everyone runs away from the grandstands, and if you're on the fence, you've got no chance. So I knew what was coming. But the good thing is, in that happening, meant that we'll be keeping her another year. The 3-year-old fillies, for me, I haven't seen much come through. Obviously, we will see on Saturday if there's a 3-year-old that is up to these older fillies. But I think the older fillies, which would be Beach Beauty, that was exported, Ruskover, horses like that certainly are very, very smart individuals. They just keep coming back. 3 weeks later, they run another great race. 3 weeks later, they're hard knockers, good horses. So the exciting thing is that we will race her another year.
Put your hands together for Justin Snaith, winner of the 2014 Vodacom Durban July.
Do it again, shakes the ground beneath him.
The best, hardest race to win in South Africa, but the worst one to lose. You have good luck and you have lots of bad luck. Sadly, that's the race that it is. But when you win, you're winning something that has been around for over hundreds of years. So very, very steep in tradition. And for me, it's in the mecca of South African racing. You've got the biggest following, hands down. I think with Hollywoodbets involved, we'll get those guys back. It's from son to son that's been passed down. It's just the most insane to be surrounded by the locals in Durban. Is just, they've got the pride of our racing that you just don't get anywhere else. It gets very loud. I mean, the one year we had fireworks going off and I just watched horses running loose. So you've really got to be careful. As I said, you just can't drop the ball, and there's a lot. You just got to do what's right for the horses as well. You got to keep them in a calm environment, keep them chilled. Remember, horses can sense people. It's something that I feel people have lost a little bit of the thought. I mean, us as horsemen, when we were growing up, everything was like when you ride a horse, don't be nervous, the horse can sense you. We all know that first lesson when you go and ride and the teacher says, try not to be nervous, and you can't help yourself because you are. So the same on race day. You don't want to be flustered because the horses can sense it. I suppose it's like having a kid at a park or whatever. You just want to make sure that they're comfortable, but you're not on top of them. And it's very much the same when it comes to these horses at the races. A lot is asked of them. There's a lot of testing, which is good for our industry, but you've got to manage that as well.
Okay, boy.
There's got to be a bit of a bond. You've got to be used to the horses. You want the right guys on the horses, and actually a jockey can rock up who's riding in the race and bugger it all up. So as you see in there, those are jockeys forming relationships, and I was very impressed in watching the video. It's something that I think the public are really going to enjoy, and it just shows you the bond between the riders and these beautiful animals. After enough time, you realize that being on top of animals like this is just something special. Yes, you can see he's cross. You cross. Are you ready, boy? Are you ready? You have your main horses, and then you have the horses that have positive and negative, and then you have the horses that sort of scrape in. It's the same every year, but you do feel that the depth, especially over 2,200, that it's hard to find those horses to fill a field of 18. I think what's paramount is the distance. Horses that will get the distance. So you just got to go through that and you knock those off. Will these horses get 1800? No. Don't worry about the 2-2. Will they get 1800? No. This is not the race to test your stamina. The Joburg guys' rating has changed that. I always look and see what I'm up against. And the Joburg guys have changed that. It's not the race it used to be. They come with stamina, they come with the altitude. You've got to take it seriously. They're raiders, they pop in the day before, and they're out here the next day. Unfortunately, from Cape Town, we can't do that. So, and with SAP, it's impossible. I'm trying to figure a way forward. So for the first time, I'm raiding horses. Since in 25 years, I'm raiding horses into this day to see how they go. I mean, 25 years into my training career and I'm trying things. My goodness, how lucky are we in racing? We're just so lucky. Yes, we've had some bad elements in our industry, but you show me one bad element and I'll show you 10 good people. Very, very fortunate. I don't need to mention the names, you all know who they are. And we certainly would not be here if it wasn't for them. The work is pretty much done. Monday is still a day. You know, everyone says, oh, the gallops are finished. Still Monday was the day to get past, to be honest. After that, then I start feeling that from a soundness point of view, you're through the worst, but little things can now pop up. You're looking for those little things to catch them as they happen. Could be a horse standing on a stone, could be a little bit of inflammation in the lungs and stuff like that. Little things that you could think of an athlete, like how many times have we got friends that will be running the Comrades or the Two Oceans, and they're at a fitness level that they're not normally at, and that's when they pick up little things that can just maybe take the edge off a horse. And you want to get there and there's absolutely clear-winded, no issues, because at this level you need to be at your absolute best. If you're not at your best, you've got no chance on these days. But you want a horse that's also well, not just fit. It's a combination of a lot of things that need to go right. Perfect, guys. Right? Yep. Awesome.